The next item is 103 Conant Road, requested changes in the planning plan, modification to the existing conditions of approval. Jeffrey, that's yours, right?
Yes.
Okay, and we had a site walk on Tuesday.
We
Yes.
did.
How did it go? What was the upshot?
I think it went well. We walked around. Of course, I wasn't at the original sidewalk way back when this house was put up. But the landscaping looks good, very good. And there was just, I could understand the reason for what he wanted to remove, and it made sense.
Not remove, but not put in.
Yes, right, not put in, not add. Remove from the plan. Remove from the plan,
Yes.
right. I only had, around too, one additional tree to sort of bring down the big tall pine story. You know, it didn't have any sort of scaling thing in it. There was nothing to be in the understory halfway, and so he agreed to that. And then there was just some landscaping along the border between the neighbor and the rest. Good.
All right, Jeffrey, could you just explain to the whole board, those of us that weren't on the site walk, what
Sure.
you're proposing to do?
Well, when we were planting back in the spring, it seemed like there was a lot of planting that was approved on the landscape plan that really didn't serve any purpose other than to just kind of look nice for the people that are living in the house. It's all, none of it's visible from the street or from the neighbors. None of it really is screening per se, so I just wanted to cut it back some.
So could you just, there's a plan here, could you just sort of describe what you're cutting back and?
Sure.
So this is the final revised plan?
Yes, that's a plan that was submitted yesterday.
That's how to connect, more or less. This section, there's no door into the garage from that side, so there's no stonework there. So we removed these hydrangeas also. This is a dogwood, this is a river birch, and this was another dogwood, which just kind of are sticking out in the middle of the lawn, which
It's very narrow.
it's not that wide, right? This is all natural vegetation here in between us and the house next door. So this is the one we are going to keep, or to install. It's a Kusa dogwood. There was a clump of plantings here that's kind of in a low spot. It's also within the 200-foot riverfront area. So the Conservation Commission was happy that I wasn't going to be putting that in. And there's also one here, and that was partially to block the view of a debris pile of little stacked logs that were done before I got to the property. But instead of blocking them, we got permission from Michelle to remove them and then just kind of regrade that flat. So this wasn't really doing anything at that point either.
And also point out, one of the things that Michelle was concerned about was sort of lawn creep that happens. And so are you not
Right,
putting
we were-
some boulders in
We
there?
were originally going to put a low stone wall here that Conservation Commission approved, but it turns out that we're not going to do that. The lawn is fine. There's a ton of lawn over here. We really don't need this. So I'm going back to the original riverfront area line, and Michelle just asked, the board asked us to put some large boulders just kind of demarcating where that 200-foot limit is, so the lawn just doesn't keep growing further into the
And I assume you do them in sort of a
natural
naturalistic
area.
way, right?
I'll do my best.
Yeah, and there's a lot of little pine seedlings and things
Right,
growing
and
in.
there's a lot of
It's
ferns
self-shade,
coming
So this
in.
is all just going to fill in pretty rapidly and look natural with this, so I thought this was fine.
So this wall, just to be sure I'm clear, this wall's coming out,
Yes.
and instead they're going to be
Just
some
kind of
naturally
intermittent
placed boulders around
boulders,
here.
right.
But that's not shown on this plan yet,
It's on Michelle's plan,
Michelle's plan, conservation.
Conservation
Okay.
Commission.
We would like it sort of indicated on ours if you could.
Well, we need to
Yeah.
file it for the
This is
record.
file, yeah.
Okay.
And the X's
Are the plantings that I was taking out. This is a
Okay.
low planting bed. Again, same thing here. It's just visible to the people in the house. And if they want something planted there, then they can plant it themselves.
And this plantings are already, this looks good. This
Yeah.
looks great, as a matter of fact, and then he's just gonna finish up that to sort of run it down.
There's some,
There isn't any- And there's some boulders sort of.
Boulders here, and that's
He's
where we're
just
gonna add some
soften them up.
rhododendrons and some grasses.
Okay,
I thought it was a good looking
Fill in.
landscape.
okay, Kim, you okay with everything?
That you go.
Hydrangea there, instead of rhododendron to match the hydrangea here.
They're,
We talked about that.
yeah,
Didn't
like
like
whichever
that.
one,
It
go
didn't
either
like
way.
that. It's just some low growing thing.
Okay.
So you're okay, he's got rhododendron showing here, that's.
Either one is fine.
Yeah.
The scintillation, I think it's called, pink ones.
Okay,
Do you have a tree height you want me to use for the dogwood?
What do we think?
We typically do 8 to 10 as a minimum.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, which would calipers have about 2.5, 3 inch,
2.5.
2.5, 3 inch caliper.
Okay.
okay.
So that should be specified.
Just trying to see. It's kind of hard to, trying to think about what somebody's gonna be looking at 15 years from now.
Mm-hmm.
It's a little hard to they're not gonna know what the notes mean. They've got this, this one says Kim wants, and then we don't want.
This is the only thing I had, I wanted to get you something for the meeting, and
Yeah.
since it just happened on Tuesday, John suggested I just mark this up,
Okay.
because this is what we had.
Could you do a revised?
one?
A real one,
Sure, yeah.
for the record, so
Yeah.
that we could then put that in the file, and then we have it for the record.
Okay.
If you could email that to, or give it to John, that would be terrific.
Is it printed copy okay?
Yeah.
PDF, or- okay,
Either or.
okay.
Good. All right. Sounds like we're in agreement.
Yep, so
Yeah.
the changes are the removal of a few trees, the addition of the 2.5 to 3 inch caliper of dogwood, the few things over the side, and also documentation of
Right.
no stone wall, but the boulders being
Yes,
placed.
and I'll mark on this what I marked on conservation commissions,
Yeah.
so that everything
Yeah, so-
jives.
Yeah, that would be great.
Okay. Okay. Just for the record, I started this process on May 12th.
Really?
Yeah, that's when I first presented it to Betsy.
Seriously, okay. Sorry it took so long.
It's okay.
So can I move that we approve the amendment
A second.
to
All in favor?
103?
Aye.
Unanimous? Very good.
So I can get you that next week sometime? Maybe by the end of this week.
Yeah, good.
Okay, thanks.
Thank you.
Hi, Jeffrey.
All right.